Well, everybody, you are now ready for center tennis. Let's not do that. Let's try to get you ready for the right sport. We'll be right back. Welcome, Rough Rider fans, to Pineywood Sports Coverage. So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. Hey.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams team is cheering on the Center Rough Riders, and we're proud to support the Center ISD's administration, staff, students, and fans. This is General Manager Jeff Baker of Wright Chrysler Dodge. Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams team is cheering on the Center Rough Riders, and we're proud to support the Center ISD's administration, staff, students, and fans. This is General Manager Jeff Baker of Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I invite you in to see the new vehicles we have in stock, as well as the area's best selection of pre-owned. We're all taking care of our customers' needs, and you'll have my promise we'll take care of yours. Come see us at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Highway 96 North and Center, and go Riders.
NETSN and Pineywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service. And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumber yard. And welcome everybody to Rusk Stadium, the Rusk Eagles home. Both of these teams tonight, Rusk and Center, playing in their season finale, neither of them making the playoffs, but both of them feeling like real close. I mean, the kind of season so frustrating because it was better than it was on the winner and the loser board. You have to look more closely at the scoreboard. Chris Watlington here, and Stephen Shire's not available today, but we have Larry Pierce, who's off tonight. No Pineywood's baseball much going on as those playoff brackets are ready, and softball playoffs beginning this week. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But we finish up the Rough Rider season, and it will be audio only today for technical problems that are way over my head. You're going to be able to see the ads and see the scoreboard, but you'll just have to trust me on the game. But that's okay. Jason Locke is here, and he does a very fine job of bringing the game to life. All that's coming up here. Old school, a little bit of baseball on the radio with a scoreboard. So I guess it could be a lot worse. So you guys stick around as we have the Wright Chrysler pregame show for you. And we'll have a little bit more and get you ready for the game here after this.
You know that Center Glass can fix your cracked windshield. But for the experts at Center Glass, fixing a windshield is just the beginning. Center Glass can also renovate your bathroom, turn your fixtures and shower into something entirely new and unique to your home.
When it's broken, it's got to be fixed. You've got to get from one place to the next. But wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to take out a loan to get it repaired? Don't worry, there's East Texas Auto.
Here at East Texas Auto, you can be reassured that your vehicle will be well taken care of and serviced, as communication and transparency are our #1 drivers.
Find them on Highway 96 North. All right, everybody, we continue with the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show, and it's time, as you saw the East Texas Auto Motor ad, it's time for the situation, brought to you by East Texas Auto Motor. Here's the deal. In District 17, the Hudson Hornets and the Bullard Panthers came into the last two games tied for first in the District 17, and they had a real live baseball game with Hudson beating Bullard 1-0. So Hudson's 8-1, Bullard's 7-2. They play again tonight, and it's possible that Bullard wins by more than one run. Then Bullard's the district champion. If they win by one run, I think they'll just call it a tie, because Hudson's going to be the number one seed in small school. Bullard's going to be the number one school in large school, and there's just no way around that. The Palestine Wildcats at 6-3 beat Madisonville Friday 5-2. So the top two teams played each other. The middle two teams played each other, and there's some pride there, but Palestine's going to be the number two team in the large school, and Madisonville's going to be number two in small school no matter what happens. But Madisonville was on a 4-game win streak, which came to a close there. Rusk in center Friday won 2-1, and though they are not going to the playoffs, they are guaranteed the number 5 spot. Center still hasn't won, losing 1-2. Would love to win here in Rusk to say there was something positive to show. So tonight in District 17, Bullard and Hudson, Palestine and Madisonville for the last game, with really nothing riding on that at all. And Center and Rusk, really what's riding here is Center trying to get their first win. Okay, that's the situation, and it's brought to you by East Texas Auto Motor. When we come back, we talk to some players, we talk to some coaches. We'll kind of give you an insight as to what those were as we hear from Center Motor Company with our player spotlight, and JBA Financial, who presents our coach talk. We'll be right back as we wrap up the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutcherson and Hurst, Center Motor.
Well, the JBA halftime investment's not exactly what we have, but we have a JBA halftime pregame where we talk a little bit about what Coach talked to me. Larry Pierce, good to have you here with Rough Rider Ball. The Riders 0-9, but their average loss is by 3 runs. They've been in all these games, and there's some of these teams are looking to go deep into playoffs. What does that tell you?
That tells me that you have a really good district out there, Center Rough Riders, once again with a new coach here this year. But they're really playing hard and seem to be playing for the coach here. But, they got a really good district, and that's what's big here. But, hey, losing by 3 runs, trying to work into a new system, it's going to take you a year or two. So, hopefully you got some guys coming back here and just keep grinding and just respect the other teams that you're playing, because you know that they're going to go a ways. And, I'd rather get beat by a good team than a bad team.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Larry, you just set the table perfectly for Jason Locke. Jason, he said hopefully you have some guys coming back. That's the case in Center.
Yeah, we've been young for several years now. Most of our infield started as freshmen, and so we'll bring back 5 or 6 seniors next year. The entire team comes back next year. Zy Barnes is a pitcher. He's a relief pitcher. He's the only senior that we're going to graduate. So it is a good thing to look forward to. You hate that the season has turned out the way it has, but it is a little more experience for the underclassmen. We'll be ready to go get them next year.
Okay. So we're about to get started with the ball game, and this is the end of the Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep pregame show. What we'll do when we come back is we'll have the first pitch brought to you by Shelby Savings Bank. It's all coming up here real shortly.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Rams team is cheering on the Center Rough Riders, and we're proud to support the Center ISD's administration, staff, students, and fans. This is General Manager Jeff Baker of Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I invite you in to see the new vehicles we have in stock, as well as the area's best selection of pre-owned. We're all taking care of our customers' needs, and you'll have my promise we'll take care of yours. Come see us at Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Highway 96 North and Center, and go Riders.
Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Center proudly supports all the students and schools of the Piney Woods. Stop by the lot and feel free to check out all the wonderful vehicles we have to offer, no matter what adventure you're planning on taking. We have a wide selection of used vehicles and a service department.
Welcome, Rough Rider fans, to Piney Woods sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. The Rough Riders have had a difficult season, 7-16-1 overall, hoping that this last game of the district season will be their first win. The Eagles, not much better, a 1-run win against Center in the last game, and then one surprising victory over first place Bullard is going to put Rusk in 5th place. As for the Riders, they're guaranteed a last place finish. But here in the last game, it's the Rusk Eagles, it's the Center Rough Riders, both looking for something to hang their hat on as the season ends. We'll have the Shelby Savings Bank first pitch next. Batters Law Firm is your first choice in personal injury law. Jeff Batters and his staff lead the way in the area with best of Nacogdoches and
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
just finished the national anthem here at Rusk Stadium. The show is brought to you today, the whole game, by Farmers State Bank, and they have brought so many things over the years. I mean, over the last 117 or 18, 19 years. They're part of every broadcast that we do, whether it be center ball or whether one of the games that Larry's doing or the playoff games coming up. Farmers State Bank has been a part of just about everything, and we sure appreciate it. Series 5 is between Rusk and Center, and this is the second game of the series, last game of the season. So I'll hand it over to Jason Locke to give us our Napa starting lineup.
All right, so the starting lineup for the Center Rough Riders, leading off will be number 11, Easton Wolf, playing shortstop. Then Kason Greer batting in the 2 spot, playing second base. Sutton Link in the third hole, and he's over at third. Jaden Lane behind the plate as usual. Trenton Stockwell holding down first base. Jackson Holloway in his place in center field. Colt Emanis will hold down left field tonight. Mason Guerrero comes in as the DH. Then Kason Radney in right, and Colin Chandler will start on the mound for the Rough Riders tonight. Big freshman Chandler had a good outing the last time he pitched. He'll be following up a fantastic outing Friday night by Colin Greer. Greer went a complete game, all 7 innings, had 11 strikeouts, and just wasn't able to close it down. But a great outing. We'll see if Chandler can follow that up tonight.
Hey, guys, while we're talking about it here, I did get the chance to see Greer on the hill, and from what I understand, this is a young man that has a very good arm, and he has some really, really good here for center coming up as far as a pitcher, I think.
And a freshman, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach's son.
Okay, yeah.
So he's got a little extra.
Got to like that. Well, there you go. But before I hand it back to you, as we are ready to start, I want to say thanks to our pregame sponsors, which include Wright Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Center Glass, East Texas Auto Motor, JBA Financial, and Center Motor Company. I'll hand it over to you, the Shelby Savings Bank first pitch.
All right, Easton Wolf steps in to lead things off. Fastball inside for strike one. Now, you've heard us mention this is Ross Davis. He's a senior pitcher. He is the man for Rusk baseball. 66 innings pitched, 86 strikeouts, and a swing and a miss from Wolf, strike two. 2.5 ERA in district so far. He is a first-team all-district right-handed pitcher, and has got several colleges that he's talking to, so the Rough Riders going to have their work cut out for him tonight. And a foul tip, but it is caught by the catcher, and Wolf goes down on strikes. So Davis with his first strikeout for the evening. Going to bring up Kason Greer. Greer had a fantastic night on the mound Friday night with 11 strikeouts of his own. Greer, left-handed batter, facing the right-hander, and he takes the ball outside. And that pitch outside also 2-0 to Greer. We talked about it a little bit Friday night. Greer's one of those high motor kids. He is always moving. He's jumping around, checking his uniform. On the mound, he pitches faster than anybody you've ever seen. And that strike on the outside corner is now 2-1. Long signals from his dad over at third base. And a drag bunt just goes trickling down the third baseline foul. We've seen Greer do that quite a bit this year. He's got a lot of speed, and coming out of that left batter's box, he'll lay one down if he catches the third baseman playing back. So the count now 2-2. Time called by Greer at the plate. So it's a beautiful night here tonight. What do you think? Maybe 72, 74 out there. Blue skies finally. Been raining all afternoon. And a swing and a miss from Greer. Gets past the catcher. Greer goes to first. And they're going to call him out. It was a bang-bang play. But they're going to call Greer out at first base. So the catcher, Simpson, had to go all the way to the back fence, pick that up, and make the throw to first. So they're now 2 outs.
As close as you can get. That photo finish over there on first.
Coach Greer came down the line kind of asking the first base umpire. There's really no way to appeal that other than just let him know he wasn't happy about it. It's going to bring Sutton Link to the plate with 2 outs. And Link takes a low fastball for strike one. And that one right down the middle. Steady diet of fastballs out of Davis so far. And a swing and a miss, and another K for Davis. The Riders go down 1-2-3. We'll be right back live on NETSN from Rusk, Texas.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors. For paint, it's Covington's.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make 'em shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed, since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it? You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the housewarming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Welcome back. Rough Riders 3 up, 3 down, facing maybe the best pitcher in the district, even though he's on not on a team that's going to make the playoffs. That was a pretty impressive display from is he a senior? He is a senior. Okay, well, that's good news for every other team in the district. Want to say a big thank you to Rough Rider Oil and Lube, who've been bringing Rough Rider athletics all season long, every single broadcast. This will be the last broadcast for baseball, and I think the second to the last athletic broadcast we'll do, although we hope to bring you a couple of special things down the stretch. But anyway, Rough Rider Oil and Lube right there on Highway 96. Take care of your car the Rough Rider way. And here is Jason Locke.
All right, Chandler, the big tall lefty freshman for center, on the mound, getting warmed up. Lane goes down to second, and the Riders are going to gather, be ready to go. Going to face Eccles, Overstreet, and Pepin. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, and here we go for the bottom of the first. And that one's going to be low, ball 1. So interesting pitcher's mound set up here. I know we don't have the visual, but this is an all-turf field with an all-turf pitcher's mound. And that pitch low, 2-0. But Rusk has something a little different. They kind of have a landing pad surrounding the pitcher's mound. So the pitcher is landing on a pad rather than the turf. That's especially important here. And that pitch goes outside. It's now 3-0. After it rained most of the afternoon, the turf itself is still pretty damp and slippery. And that one skips in, a 4-pitch walk for Eccles. Chandler having a hard time getting set. Coach Greer steps out and gives him some instructions. So he'll go now from the stretch. We'll see if that helps settle things down. Overstreet steps in, so we've got lefty on lefty now with a man at first and no outs. Shows bunt. Bunt is in the air. Lane had a hard time finding the ball, and it drops behind the catcher. That's one of those tough plays. That bunt went straight up and then started curling back away from Lane, unable to make a play. So we could hear Lane yelling at Chandler to step off the mound. He wanted to change up some signals here. So Chandler's back in, gets his pitch, and here we go. They throw to first, back safe. Expecting another bunt here. You've got a left-handed batter on a left-handed pitcher with a man at first and no outs. He squares, pulls it back, and there's a ball called at the plate, so 1-1. Link playing in tight, anticipating the bunt here. Squares, and the bunt's down. Link's going to play it clean, goes to first, and we take the out. So the runner advances to second. We now have one out. That's going to bring up number 16, Pepin. Lane's going to go out and talk with Chandler. With a runner at second, sometimes you'll see the catcher-pitcher kind of mix up their signals a little bit. Chandler comes home with the big curveball. It hangs up outside, ball 1. And the fastball misses outside, 2-0. Taking a lot of time in between pitches here, and Pepin calls time and steps away. So we'll get things reset. One out, runner at second base. They do turn and throw. The throw gets away from Chandler into center field. Fortunately, Holloway there to knock it down, so no chance for the runner to advance on the overthrow. So the runner retreats to second base. We will line up and go again. 2-0 count to the batter. Chandler comes home, hits sharply to Link. He fields it on a hop, goes across to first. They get the out at first, come back, and a tag at third. Wolf came in behind Link and was ready at the bag. A great throw from Trenton Stockwell. They call him safe that he slid under the tag. Coach Greer is out of the dugout, and he's going to get his money's worth right here. That was a close bang-bang play. What'd you see, Larry?
I saw it was a close play. I was sitting there watching. I mean, it was a real close play. I know I'm away from it a little bit. He did get under it a little bit, but yeah, it was bang, bang. But the blue was right there. So he was right on top of it. So
one of those where I was thinking, don't make that throw. Don't make. Oh my God, he got it. Oh, it was so close.
Yeah, great throw from Stockwell coming across, and Wolf was in position, had rolled in behind Link to cover his third base, made the tag, but they're going to say he got under. So 2 outs now, but a man on third base. And Davis, the opposing pitcher, at the plate. And a nice hard strike inside from Chandler to start things off. And another good strike. Chandler able to get ahead here, 0-2. Comes back with a hard fastball inside and just misses. So 1-2 to the batter, Davis. 2 outs, runner at third. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Score is still 0-0. Big curveball. And that stays outside, 2-2. Chandler's got the curveball breaking well tonight. He just can't get it across the plate. And a foul tip. Davis batting in the cleanup role and the starting pitcher. And that one skips in, gets away from Lane, but he's able to get over on it and quickly smother it. Runner stays at third base. So we've got a full count, 2 outs. The runner's 90 feet away. We'll see what Chandler pulls out of the bag here. And a beautiful strike 3. That is a huge twice the ice strikeout for Chandler to put him away, and he keeps the score 0-0 here on NETSN.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
The games have never been bigger this fall, and whether you're rooting for the Cowboys or Texans, or you hook 'em, gig 'em, or wreck 'em, don't you deserve to watch them in style? So just a reminder that Blake Furniture saves you money on everything you need to make these the best game watching days ever.
Bird Forestry is the landowner's company. Maybe you have 60 acres you'd like to harvest. You call the birds. If you have twice that much that you'd like to seed, make the same contact. Or maybe you have 1,000 acres you need managed. Whatever the case, it's your forest, the birds' focus. Bird Forestry in Shelby County. Granny B Snow Cone Center is your source for great summer treats. It begins with quality shaved ice, and from there you get everything from the single colored snow cone to a really creative summer treat. And besides, the counselor likes it. They're also your home for Dippin' Dots. They've been supporting the Rough Riders for a mighty long time. So pull up to the window at Granny B's and let them serve you something special.
Welcome back, everybody. 0-0 as we get to the top of the second. The series brought to you by Farmer State Bank, and no video today. It's old school. It's like it's radio days, except it's better than radio. You have a scoreboard and video commercials, and you've got the honey voice of Jason Locke.
All right, going to face 4, 5, 6 here for the Rough Riders. Jaden Lane steps in the left side, and he takes a good fastball outside, ball 1. So it would be Lane, Stockwell, and Holloway coming to the plate. And Lane gives it a ride. That was a hard fastball. He hits it a long way, warning track, and caught by the center fielder. That was a heck of a ride from Lane, Overstreet, able to get under it and make a nice catch. Well, that's the old adage. You get a good fastball and you hit it pretty well, it's going to go a long way, Larry.
Yeah, hit it just got a little bit off the end of the bat there, kind of hung up on it a little bit. If you got it down about maybe another quarter inch, you might have got it over his head.
We got a 350-foot wall, and I think he hit it about 335 maybe, just running catch on the warning track. We've got Stockwell, another left-handed bat. Swings through a good fastball, strike 1. Stockwell hits it hard right at the shortstop. Shortstop comes across and makes the play. That's Heredia out at shortstop. He was the starting pitcher Friday night. Young sophomore holding down short tonight, so there are 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Jackson Holloway going to step in with 2 away. Fastball low and away outside, called for a strike. And that one low, 1-1. And a swing and a miss from Holloway. 0-2 count at the plate. 1-2 count at the plate with 2 outs. And this one hit hard, but off the tip of the bat. Second baseman goes out and is going to make the catch just on the edge of the grass. And we're going to see Davis face the minimum so far through 2 innings. What do you think, Larry? You've seen Davis a little bit. Does he live up to the hype?
Yeah, he definitely does. He's bringing the heat in there. He's got a good fastball. He's trying to work on his breaking ball a little bit. If he gets that working, the center Rough Rider batters are going to be in a little bit of trouble.
So the Riders will pick up the gloves. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second. Here on NETSN, it is 0-0.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.
Hey, Daddy.
What is it, son?
I bet I know why you've always been a Chevrolet man.
Why you think so?
'Cause Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s a Chevrolet man.
He is?
Yeah, huh? He said he always drives a Chevrolet on his way back and forth from the track. He says the front of it's real solid, completely boxed in.
Is that so?
Uh-huh. Hey, Daddy, when you was little, did they have cars?
Ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr., make it Ray Jones Chevrolet. Welcome back, everybody, to bottom of the second. Rusk getting their second trip to the plate. Our broadcast brought to you by Farmer State Bank, also brought to you by Sparky D's. And I got Sparky D right here. Tell us about it.
Sparky D's Bargain Store is an auction store. We have it on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and look for Sparky D's Bargain Store. We have an auction going right now. It ends on Thursday at 6. Every week starts at Monday, so check it out. Find some items.
Will do, Mr. Lott.
All right, so here we go. We've got Moore, Heredia, and Hannah coming up for the Rusk Eagles. And Chandler still on the bump for the Rough Riders. That pitch is going to be called a bit high. Ball 1. And that one inside, 2-0. Chandler, good-looking, tall lefty for the Rough Riders. Right-handed batter. And Moore, he is their DH. And he hits it hard in the gap, just under the glove of Link over at third. And he's going to be on with a leadoff single. Tough play over there for Link. He dove for the ball, and it just got under the glove. So that's going to bring Heredia to the plate with no outs and a man on first. Heredia was the pitcher Friday night, pitched a complete game and got the win 2-1. We'll see what he can do with the bat. Shows bunt, lays one down, but it's going to trickle foul. Lane lets it go and foul down the first baseline. So the Eagles showing a lot of small ball here early on this wet field. I think that's a pretty good strategy. You got damp turf. Ball's going to come up wet and damp.
As you were saying, such a beautiful night, clear skies, but it rained out the JV game. So, I mean, it's still plenty slick on the turf.
They do check first base. Moore's back easy. So Chandler resets. No outs, man on first here in the bottom of the second. A huge lead at first base. They throw back to first. He dives in safe. And Moore goes right back out. He is a full step on the grass. This pitch inside misses. 1-1. Lane keeping a close eye on Moore over at first. Chandler has checked twice. Chandler's left-handed, so he's staring right at him. And a swing and a miss at the plate, 1-2. A little bit of a change-up from Chandler. Batter was way ahead. They come to the plate just outside, misses 2-2. Another half step for Moore at first. This is hit, saws him off. Link catches it in fair territory at third, comes across, and they throw him out at first base. That was a hard play. Link made a terrific throw.
That was. And when it first headed over to third base, I thought, all right, down home double play. Just not quite enough time for that, right?
Yeah, he was hustling to get that first one. He had to use third base as kind of a kick pad to come across and make the throw to first base, but it worked in our favor. It was bang, bang, but they got it done. Runner does advance to second. That pitch inside. So we traded second base for the out in that particular case. Moore heads to second. And Chandler comes back inside and misses 2-0. This is Hanna at the plate. And he fouls one back. Hanna playing third base for the Rusk Eagles tonight. So the count now 2-1 with one away. And this pitch well outside, 3-1. So Hanna with the advantage here, going to be looking for the perfect pitch to hit. Chandler, see if he uncorks that curveball again, or maybe the changeup. And this is hit sky high. Link calls it over at third. Wolf backs him up, and Link puts it in the glove for the second out. Big out right there. Needed it badly.
Yep. Yeah, that's just good pitching. I mean, am I right? I mean, he's put together a pretty good outing.
Yeah, Chandler is pitching well. That was a good high fastball, and he induced a swing there and popped it up, and the Riders got a critical second out. Runner at second base now with two away. It's a big difference from a runner at second and one. And a hard fastball for a strike. So this is Rojo. Long look from Chandler here. And a check swing from Rojo, strike. Down in the count now 0-2. Chandler way ahead. Got a couple of pitches to throw here. That last pitch was the changeup that's been effective for him. Comes back fastball high and misses 1-2. As odd as it sounds, the changeup's been his best pitch tonight. Fastball is missing outside just a little bit. Changeup is coming in and counting every time. Comes back with the changeup. Umpire looks, and no, the center faithful wanted the call there. It's 2-2. Two outs, runner at second, 2-2 count. Deuces all the way. Big curveball, strike three, and that's a twice the ice strikeout. And just when Chandler needed it, that was a beautiful pitch.
The curveball is on tonight. Yeah, well done.
So thank you, Twice the Ice. We'll be right back. The score is still 0-0 here in Rusk on NETSN.
When you need supplies for your poultry farm, remember Borders Poultry Supply on Highway 87 South here in Center. The folks at Borders Poultry are ready to help you with parts for your brooders, chore time and rock cell feeders, and new drinker systems. Do you need a new incinerator? Are you ready for a new litter barn or compost shed? Do you need some updates on your poultry farm? Call 598-6297. Borders Poultry Supply, builders of quality poultry houses.
Back here in Rusk, it's a 0-0 game with both teams with good pitching and some good fielding from both teams as well to support that pitching. And we get ready to start. On the top of the third, it's all brought to you by Farmer State Bank. And it's two good-looking teams. You wouldn't know they were at the bottom of the district. Good-looking baseball.
All right, Emanis steps in. It'll be Emanis, Guerrero, and Radney here in the top of the third. Davis still pitching well for the Rusk Eagles on the mound. Starts Emanis off with a hard fastball, strike one. Same pitch, just a little low, 1-1. We'll see what Colt can do here. Long signals from Coach Greer. A good swing. It's going to go foul down the first base line. It's now 1-2. Long look from Davis, taking a lot of time here. And this one foul back as well. So Colt doing a good job staying alive. Getting a steady diet of fastballs on that outside corner. Just getting a piece. Well, the counselor, Stephen Shire's out tonight. I think he had some kind of defense, like he's helping somebody and going to prison. He has got to get his priorities right. I mean, we got baseball to conduct, and he's somewhere in some trial. I don't understand. And a check swing, strike three from Emanis, and another K for Davis. I told him if he'd just do the guilty plea, he'll get a good enough fee and he can get that thing over with and come on to the ball game. Got to get your priorities right. All right, Mason Guerrero steps in. And a strike inside right on the chest. And takes another strike, 0-2. Ryder's taking a lot of good pitches here. Going to have to get creative and try to put a bat on a ball. And a swing and a miss and another strikeout for Davis. So Kason Radney's going to come up. He's got two outs here in the top of the third. We have a 0-0 ball game. Both teams pitching well, playing good defense. And Radney goes up with the right attitude, but swings through a good fastball on the outside corner. As well as Davis is pitching, he is not missing with many of these pitches. I think that needs to be the right plan for the Riders. Go to the plate, ready to swing. Radney swings through another good fastball, 0-2. You can stand there and watch three pitches, or you can go up swinging at them. So 2 men out, 0-2 count to Radney. And the fastball outside corner, strike 3, and Davis strikes out the side. The Riders headed back out. Rush picking up the bats, and we'll be back for the bottom of the third. It's a 0-0 ball game here from Rusk, Texas.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make 'em shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it?
I don't know where.
Granny B Snow Cone Center is your source for great summer treats. It begins with quality shaved ice, and from there you get everything from the single colored snow cone to a really creative summer treat. And besides, the counselor likes it. They're also your home for Dippin' Dots. They've been supporting the Rough Riders for a mighty long time. So pull up to the window at Granny B's and let them serve you something special.
All right, folks, welcome back for the bottom of the third. Going to face 9-1-2 here for Chandler. Bonin at the plate, the 9-hole hitter. Count is 1-1. And a good fastball from Chandler. Count now 1-2. And that one outside, 2-2. Coach Greer hollering a few instructions to his young pitcher, trying to get him to settle down. Big curveball, strike 3, another twice the eye strikeout for Chandler. That's 3 on the evening in 3 innings.
So how's Chandler coming along through the year here, Locke? I mean, he's looking really good here tonight. I mean, showing a good performance here the last game of the year. That's he's looking really solid.
Yeah, you can tell a difference as he's gone through the year. The little things, we can hear Coach Greer shouting things to him, not chewing him, but giving him some soft instructions. You know, do this, land like this. You're not doing this with your hand. And you're seeing those things slowly paying off. He's getting more and more confident. He's pitching a little faster. And you can tell in the way that he's landing, his mechanics are more solid. This is going to be a fly ball to right, chased down and caught by Radney. So 2 outs here. And you're starting to see the production.
That's a good job, too. You want to let your fielders do some work out there, help you get your outs, make the fly ball outs, make the ground ball outs. And being a good lefty like that is always a big for a program if you get a good lefty, and he's coming along.
Yeah, and when you're young, you think you have to strike out everybody. Yeah. You got to be, the strikeout king. But pitch to contact and let your fielders play. That's what they're out there for. And so he's really doing that well. The last 2 or 3 outings, getting more and more confident.
Battery mate's spotting really well for him, so he's got a good catcher up there helping him.
And a strike there, so the count 1-1. Yeah, I can't say enough about how Lane is working behind the mound. Those are things you don't see, but he's giving hand signals and positioning the glove and really helping his young pitcher.
I would like to take a second here and say thank you, Mr. Shires, for the opportunity to help us with the camera, but there was a miscommunication thing, so that's the reason we are without a camera here tonight, so apologies, folks, but We have everything else working, and we're training Chris Watlington.
That's what it comes down to. There's no camera because they're training Chris Watlington. But hey, it's, baseball. It's like hanging out with Milo and the Astros in the old days.
All right, here we go. And, yeah. Harry Doyle didn't need a camera. What are you talking about? We got this old school radio style. It's a full count, 2 outs. Chandler rears back and comes to the plate. And a changeup, swing and a miss. Lane's going to make sure, and there's out number 3, another strikeout for Chandler, and the Riders go 1-2-3. We'll head to the top of the 4th when we come back. It's a 0-0 ball game.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
The games have never been bigger this fall, and whether you're rooting for the Cowboys or Texans, or you hook 'em, gig 'em, or wreck 'em, don't you deserve to watch them in style? So just a reminder that Blake Furniture saves you money on everything you need to make these the best game watching days ever.
Bird Forestry is the landowner's company. Maybe you have 60 acres you'd like to harvest. You call the birds. If you have twice that much that you'd like to seed, make the same contact. Or maybe you have 1,000 acres you need managed. Whatever the case, it's your forest, the birds' focus. Bird Forestry in Shelby County.
All right, folks, welcome back. We are in the top of the 4th inning. Easton Wolf, Cason Greer, and Sutton Link will head to the plate. 1, 2, and 3 for the Riders. Second time through the order against Davis, pitching well, the big right-handed senior for Rusk. We'll see if we can get something going. And a hard swing from Wolf right to the glove of Hannah at third base.
Just self-defense, man.
Yeah, I mean, he just threw the glove up, and there it was. But Wolf gave it a heck of a ride. And Wolf knew he missed that one. That was a hard-hit fastball. Hannah's 2 inches either direction. He doesn't catch that. All right, so Greer steps in left side here with 1 out. Fastball misses outside. Little bit of a pitching duel developing tonight. Davis with 5 strikeouts. Chandler with 4. And that pitch outside, 2-0. And Greer finally gets a pitch inside, but it's high, 3-0. So we got a red light all the way here, looking for base runners. They're hard to find against Davis. And the Riders have their first man on base. Got something going here in the top of the 4th.
Larry the Prophet said that they hadn't had anybody on base yet, have they?
This is the first base.
One pitch later, we're on base.
All right, so Sutton Link comes to the plate with a man on first and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Greer with a lot of speed. Long signals from Dad over at third base. And here we go. Good lead at first for Greer, rather.
good pitcher, but whenever you go from the windup to the stretch, it can kind of change a little bit. So let's see how well he adjusts to that switch from the windup to the stretch.
So they're going to call time. Coach Greer called it from the third base box, gives new signals out there. Let's see if the Riders have something going. They pick it first. A little wet out there. You're right. His feet kind of got out from under Davis out on the plate. They go back to first base. Greer is safe. Kind of have a unique deal. We've got 3 umpires on the field tonight. Normally it's a 2-man crew. We got a 3-man crew, so we have a dedicated first base, second base, and home plate. So there is an umpire right on top of this. Long look from Davis. He's going to come to the plate. And Link fouls it off his hands. Boy, that was a knuckle buster. Just off the edge of the handle there.
It's also having 3 officials, really unusual this year, where almost every game, every season, we've been looking for officials. Really appreciate them being here.
Yeah, there is a national shortage of officials, especially in the high school ranks. And Link takes that one up and in. 1-1 count to Link. 1 out. Man at first. I mean, we even see it football season especially. You've got a lot of the lower classifications, 1, 2, and even some 3As. They're having to play all varsity on Thursday night because we just simply don't have enough officials for Friday. They go back to first base. Greer's back safe.
There's actually been some of that in the softball and baseball here the last part of the season here, where they've had to move some games around due to lack of officials as well.
So going to get reset here. Link with a 1-1 count. Greer goes. Link swinging and fouls it back. So a little hit and run on. Riders trying to generate some offense.
I wanted your opinion. Has there seemed to be a little bit less bickering and loud criticism of umpires and referees this season? It seems like people are kind of getting the message, we don't have many of these guys. We shouldn't run them off.
No, they were getting kicked out in a ball game I did
Really?
last week.
No, all right, never mind. Never mind.
They were getting kicked out last week.
And that pitch well outside. And the umpires are going to call time here. I think center is going to get a warning on the bench. Someone from the bench yelled right before the pitcher released.
That's illegal. Game's brought to you all night long by Farmer State Bank, but we also want to say a big thank you to JBI Insurance, Joe Bill Matire. Every game of the year, if it's at purple and gold, he's been saying go Riders, and it's taken us from the first preseason football game all the way to the last baseball game. And on May 7th, we'll have the state tennis tournament right here on NETSN. Thank you very much, JBI.
All right, well, I think we were right. Coach Greer goes over and has a chat with all the bench. So we're back up. It's 2-2 count, 1 away. Greer at first, and Link at the plate. Big curveball, strike 3. They're going to call Link out. He's going to ask the umpire where the pitch was. Not happy with the call. Larry, you had a good look. What'd you think?
That's a big strikeout right there. I mean, that was a good-looking pitch. Like I said, the Blues got a better look at it than what we do up here in the top, but good-looking pitch there from Davis.
All right, so that changes the math a little bit. It's now 2 outs. Jaden Lane comes to the plate. Greer is still at first. They pick one. Greer getting further and further, making that call harder and harder. He is immediately bounced back off the bag. They're going to call time. Okay, so the the assistant coach for center wanted to ask the umpire something. He warned him that he's not allowed on the field, so Coach Greer comes out. Not sure exactly what the question was about. I'm guessing if an assistant coach from first base, I think he saw something maybe the pitcher was doing that was close to a balk. That's the only thing I can think of. So fastball misses high and outside. So 2 outs, Jaden Lane at the plate. Greer still at first. Here in the top of the fourth of a scoreless ball game. They check Greer again, and he's back safe. Pitch well outside, 2-0. A lot of noise coming out of the Rough Rider dugout. A lot of gamesmanship, checking first base. 2-0 count to Lane. There's 2 outs. Greer with another good lead over at first. And Lane rips a foul ball straight back into the net. He hit that like he was trying to cut some lumber out there over the center field fence.
Locke, you remember, was it last season early, Lane was not the catcher, and then when they moved him there, it's like he found a home.
Yeah, and you know, the catcher position is such a mental thing. Once you grasp it, once you love it, it can change how you play the game. Hit this. It's a lazy fly to left, and the left fielder Eckel able to get under and make the play. Rough Riders strand their first base runner at first, but it's still a 0-0 ball game. We head to the bottom of the fourth here on NETSN.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5. The Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.
Hey, Daddy.
What is it, son?
I bet I know why you've always been a Chevrolet man.
Why you think so?
'Cause Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s a Chevrolet man.
He is?
Yeah, huh? He said he always drives a Chevrolet on his way back and forth from the track. He says the front of it's real solid, completely boxed in.
Is that so?
Uh-huh. Hey, Daddy, when you was little, did they have cars?
Ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr., make it Ray Jones Chevrolet. People come to Covington Lumbers for construction projects, and one of those, paint projects. Whether it's exterior or interior, Covington's has you covered. With the Farrell Calhoun brand, over 120 years of excellence, vivid colors. For paint, it's Covington's. So if you need a new set of tires, Center Tire's the place to go? Check. What if you just need one tire repaired? Check. But what if your car needs an oil change or it needs to be aligned? Check and check. It's all there at Center Tire. You know that Ace Hardware of East Texas is all the hardware you need, but there's a lot of other things they have too. Fun things for your camping trip. For the 4th of July barbecue, to the house warming in the fall, to your Christmas shopping, it's Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Welcome back, everybody. A little bit of extra time as the last batter that was retired was the catcher, and he had to take a little bit of time to get his gear back on. But we want to say thank you to Farmer State Bank for over right at 120 years now, right alongside Shelby County's dreams and goals. And when you look back in the 1940s, when the war was going on, and Shelby County's future was as doubtful as it could possibly be, some people with a good idea, and Jack Motley at Farmer State Bank said, how about the poultry industry? And well, the rest is history. So with that kind of heritage, it's hard to beat. Farmer State Bank, who brings you this ball game, the last game of the season here of Rough Rider baseball, and it's been a good one at a 0-0 tie. We also want to say thank you to Mooney's Emporium on the Square, Mother's Day, just around the corner. If you hadn't taken care of things, Mooney's Emporium is where you go to do that. Mooney's Emporium on the Square. Larry Pierce.
Yeah, I just want to say what a great job the freshman pitcher for the Rough Riders has done. 48 pitches through 3 solid innings. He's got a runner out there at third. Defense behind him has done really well. So hats off to the pitcher for the first 3 innings for the freshman. 4 twice the eye strikeouts to go along with it. So he's back up here at the bottom of the 4th. First pitch will be called ball, and the second pitch will be called by Jason Locke.
All right, that one inside, 2-0 count now. Chandler pitching well. We just talked about it a few moments ago. He's got 4 strikeouts on the night. Got a little bit of a duel going here. And a check swing there is going to be a ball. So 3-0.
He did have a little bit of a long layover there, so hopefully he can warm up quick.
And there's the strike, 3-1. Chandler, big, tall, lanky left-hander. And there's ball 4. It's good to know we're going to have him back over a couple of more years. A little bit more instruction and coaching, a little experience. And, Larry, you talked about it. Having the guys behind him playing well makes a big difference.
Oh, it definitely does. You know, when you got a good defense out there and they play solid, they make good solid throws across the diamond, that really helps. And when you see your defense playing good, it helps you boost your confidence as a pitcher.
All right. So anticipating a bunt play here, we've got Sutton Link creeping in from third. Runner at first without a very big lead. We'll see if they square, and they do not. Swings away, and strike 1. Couple of changes in the lineup. This is the last game for both of these teams. The coaches are going to work everybody in. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 count on the batter here. Bottom of the 4th inning. Big curveball's going to stay outside. 1-2. Both teams have gone through the order at least once, headed through it the second time. So starting to see a couple of pinch hitters. Playing for pride here tonight. And that pitch inside, the runner was going, and it trickles away from Lane. No throw on the play. So the count now 2-2, and the runner is at second base. Now a lot of chatter coming out of the Rusk dugout. Batter calls time. And the big curveball lands for Chandler, strike 3, and another twice the eye strikeout for the big freshman.
He iced him. That's 5 ices. That's 5 times the ice.
You can buy 5 gallons of water from Twice the Ice as well as 5 bags of ice.
So 5 gallons of strikeouts, what I'm just seeing.
That's right. So Chandler Got a out on the board. Another Eagle steps to the plate. This one trickles away from Lane. They're going to go to third and slide in safely. Boy, you can see the wet turf. Did you see how far he would have slid? He had to reach out and catch the bag, or he'd been in the center dugout. All right, so Greer is going to jog in and talk with Chandler a little bit just to make sure they've got a defensive strategy now with one out and a runner at third. Umpire actually steps away from home plate. He's going to make some notes. I think we may have another change here. We'll give him a moment to make his notes. I think he forgot to write in the previous pinch hitter, so this is number 11 Moore, the DH, coming to the plate. And here we go. Shows bunt, lays it down. Chandler's going to miss it. Oh, my goodness, what a tough break. It was a one-hopper to Chandler on the mound. He looked up at the runner coming from third, and it trickled under the glove. Everybody's safe, and the first run of the ball game goes to the Rusk Eagles. Larry, tough break.
Oh, that was tough. I mean, yeah, he just took his eyes off of it. Got to keep your eyes on the ball. Make sure you got it in the glove. But he took his eyes off of it, and it got underneath him.
All right, so one out and a man at first base. The first run on the board. Chandler goes fastball outside and misses it. Am I the only one to see it? But is Chandler's fastball got a little tail on it, more like a cut? I think he's got a little cut fastball going. Comes to first base, checks the runner, and he's back safe. 1-0 count on the batter. Comes inside and misses 2-0. Good lead over at first base. And that pitch inside, 3-0. And there's the strike, 3-1. One out, man at first. And this ball is popped up on the infield. It drifts foul, and Lane gives chase, but it catches the top of the net before he can get under it, and a foul ball.
But he did catch it. He's crafty. He did catch it.
He caught the ball. It had touched the net. The net here is one of those high extensions all the way down, and it kind of bows in the middle, and the ball brushed that on the way down, so we have a full count with one out. Runner will be moving. And the big curveball, and this time it misses. So a walk issued. We've got runners at first and second with one out, and that's going to draw a visit from Coach Greer.
And Coach Greer's visit, that's a batter's law firm. What is it, Larry?
That's a batter's law firm. A meeting on the mound. When you got to have a meeting with the people that take care of your case, Batters is the place to go and have your meeting at Batters.
And it's a pretty short meeting. It looks like
it looks like it's going to be a change.
Yeah, I expected more of a pep talk, but Chandler immediately handing over the ball and headed to the dugout, so there will be a pitch and change here. And we'll be back and take a break real quick. We'll see you in a moment.
The following fine sponsors back our area teams all season long. They include Batters Law Firm. When your case matters, it's got to be Batters. Portacool, keeping you cool with the new Apex series. And Sandy Cox State Farm, your county-wide good neighbor.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
Here in Rusk with a pitching change in the bottom of the fourth inning. Games brought to you by all of the folks you've been hearing from to this point, but also Twice the Ice for the strikeouts. Will Black, I appreciate that, Will. Such a great, icing them is cool. We hadn't had a double play or a double today, but if we did, it would be a down-home double play, or a down-home storage double. And that right there on Highway 96, you have the storage that is, protected from the elements. And then we hadn't had a DQ dinger, a home run all season, but we've had some well-hit DQ dingers way out there. If we were eating right now at Dairy Queen, Jason, what would it be for you?
I am a taco guy all the way. Best tacos in town, without a doubt. DQ has the tacos.
Okay, me too. But it was before that. It was a country basket. What's yours from Dairy Queen, Larry?
The double belt buster with bacon and a strawberry shake.
All right. Sounds pretty good. Maybe we can find us a Dairy Queen on the way out.
All right, we're back, folks, with a pitching change for the Rough Riders. Easton Wolf comes in with one out. So Chandler goes 3 1/3 innings. He had 5 strikeouts, but gave up some critical walks here in the fourth. And with then Coach Greer went ahead and asked for the ball. And Wolf starts it off with a fastball, but low. Number 5, Hannah, comes to the plate. Playing third base tonight for the Rusk Eagles. We have a runner at first and second. And that fastball in for a strike, 1-1 from Wolf. Big curveball from Wolf and just misses inside, 2-1. It was a good-looking pitch. Not sure how Hannah stayed in there, but he took the pitch right under the hands. Fastball comes back with a swing and a miss, 2-2.
Big out at the plate right here. Got to get this out at the plate right now for this Rough Riders. Keep it 1-0 right here. Leave those base runners out there. Get the guy at the plate.
All right, Wolf shakes off a couple of pitches. And goes right at Hannah with a fastball down the middle. He fouls it back straight at us. So a pretty good duel going on between pitcher and hitter here. 2-2 count with one out. We got runners at first and second in the bottom of the fourth inning. Russ put the first run on the plate a few moments ago. Wolf's going to step away. New set of signs here. And here we go. Big curveball. No call. Wolf thought he had the pitch. Full count. And that one saws him off. It's going to be a tough one for Link from third. No throw. And unable to find a base to throw to, Link actually turns and throws behind the runner that's coming into third and almost got him out.
Yeah, it's a great job there by the hitter to get down on first base, and a great little job here. And keep it on the infield here for the Riders, but good job of running here by the Eagles as they have loaded them up here in the fourth.
So the swing and bunt, for lack of a better term, loads the bases with one out. The Rusk coach calls time and is talking to the home plate umpire. All right, not sure what that little conference was about, but everybody comes back and lines up. Another pinch hitter comes to the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. Riders cutting on the corners here. And fastball fouled back, strike 1. So the Riders in a pretty tough spot here. Got to make up a little ground. And this is hit hard right at the shortstop. They're going to double it, and the Riders are out of the inning. Larry called the double play. Prophet, what do you think?
That was pretty good right there. I thought it might get enough to get over the shortstop's head, but right there, and a good heads-up play for the second baseman to come over and cover. Great job by the defense.
Down Home Storage double play brought to you by Down Home Storage on Highway 96 South. How about that, Mr. McDonald? Well done. We'll be right back going to the 5th inning with Riders down.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball.
Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.
Welcome back. Riders down by 1, but into bat here, top of the 5th.
All right, Stockwell steps in. It'll be Stockwell, Holloway, and Emanis here in the top of the 5th. Davis still on the bump for the Eagles. Fastball outside. Larry, tell us what your impressions of Davis so far.
Well, I think he's doing really well. He's commanding his pitches very well. He's pitching about 11 pitches per inning so far, so he's doing really well. He hasn't let too many hitters get out there and causing those fly balls like that and letting his defense play behind him as well.
So Stockwell got under one, flied into left field for the first out. We heard a lot about Ross Davis coming into this ball game, the senior stud for Rusk, and he's living up to the hype so far. First team all-district. Unfortunate that Rusk finds themselves in the same spot Center's at. He won't get to see any postseason play, but already talking to several colleges, so we wish him well. Just not tonight. And that pitch inside under the hands of Jackson Holloway, ball 1. Goes back outside, ball 2. Holloway ready to get on base, has the big sliding glove in his back pocket. Got a do-rag hanging out of the other pocket. And a swing and a miss makes it 2-1. Riders needing base runners desperately. Big curveball, strike 2. So a 2-2 count on Holloway with one away here in the top of the 5th inning. And that one misses outside, full count. A lot of noise coming from both dugouts tonight. Interesting to see, playing for a little pride here. And this one's hit long into right field, but drifting foul and out of play. All right, we got to let everybody get back to their spot. The right fielder gave that a long run. So full count, one out. And here we go. And another foul ball. This one just over the dugout. All the Rusk players were looking for concrete to get under. Nowhere to go. That one just skimmed the roof of their dugout. Comes back with a changeup, strike three, and gets Holloway leaning. What a tough pitch from Davis. Holloway had gotten out on two fastballs and tried to jump out ahead of that one, and it just caught him with the changeup.
Nasty cheese. That's what I call nasty cheese.
All right, 2 away here. Brings Emanis to the plate. We'll see if Colt can get something going. Fastball, strike one. Nothing to do here but go up and swing hard. And he fouls this one back, 1-1. That one was in under the hands, and he caught it right on the edge of the handle. That usually doesn't feel good at all. He gets a few minutes to shake that off. They're going to throw in a few foul balls there and give Colt a moment to walk around. Down in the count now, 0-2 with 2 outs. And that pitch inside, 1-2. And this one catches the outside corner for strike three, and Emanis goes down. It's still a 1-0 ball game. Rusk leads here on NETSN.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
NETSN and Pineywood Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops in tires, now expanding their service. And Covington Lumber, your third generation supply store and lumberyard.
We are between middle of the fifth inning, which means fifth inning stretch, and Rough Rider fans, not many of them are stretching. They all brought their seats, and no one's sitting on the stands. A lot of good Rusk Eagle fans, and you would expect it for their last home game as well. So with Queen on in the background here in the stadium, my apologies. We're gonna sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the crowd, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks." Hey, it's too late to finish it. But Farmers State Bank brings you the fifth inning stretch every time there is a fifth inning stretch, and they bring you the ball game, and I'm bringing you Jason Locke.
All right, little Harry Carey going there. So Wolf is back on the mound for the Rough Riders. He's going to face 8-9-1 here. All right, had Had to get a couple of balls thrown in from the umpire. Now we're underway. Wolf on the mound, ready to get the bottom of the fifth going. And he's going to miss outside. Ball one. Wolf shaking off a lot of pitches tonight. Comes back fastball. That's fouled off the shin guard of Lane. Count now 1-1. And this is going to be hit sharply to Stockwell at first base. Makes it look easy and makes the out. Little one hopper there, Larry. He made that look pretty good.
Yeah, hot shot to the corners here. Seen a couple of them out there today, but the guys at first and third have been doing a good job staying on the ball and making easy outs.
All right, so this will bring up the 9-hole hitter. This is Simpson. And Wolf gets started quickly with a fast. Oh, check that. That was a big curveball for strike one. First time he has thrown that for the first pitch. Comes back fastball. This is going to be hit into shallow center field. Holloway with a late break and drops the ball. That was a popcorn catch for Holloway, folks. He was jogging in kind of late and just, I can't explain it. Caught it in the glove and dropped it on the ground. Not sure what happened there.
How many steps do you take before it's is it 2 steps like in the NFL?
I don't know. I mean, Larry caught it and took a step, but then it just rolled out.
And as he was running throwing it, kind of caught off his glove and kind of rolled out at the same time. I don't think he ever actually had it in the basket of the glove. Yeah.
No control.
He kind of made a basket catch there and should have fundamentally made a better catch, but hey, it is what it is.
So Wolf checks the runner at first and then comes home and a foul ball, strike one there. So a tough break. Holloway in center field. I saw him get a late jump. He took a step back and then had to break hard, but he kind of jogged in on it, and it just. Yeah, that's a tough one there. Wolf comes back, curveball, strike two. So 0-2 count now. Wolf's got the curveball working tonight. And he was tossing the ball, getting his signals, and the ball trickled away out of his hand. That is a balk call, and the runner is going to be moved to second base with one out. And just another tough break for the Riders. Wolf kind of twirls the ball behind his back while he gets his signals, and it just rolled out of his fingers. Comes back with a good hard fastball and gets the strikeout at the plate. All right, so now 2 outs with a runner at second. And Pepin comes up. Wolf with the big hook. It's a chopper to second base. Emanis has to hurry and whips it sidearm and makes the play at first base. So the Riders avoid a little trouble there. We are still in a 1-0 game here in Rusk. We'll be right back on NETSN.
And Pineywood Sports, who brings you not only the Center Rough Riders, but Shelbyville Dragons and other county teams as well. We'll hear now from the group that supports the Dragons.
Wondering what the best thing is to do with your land? Well, cross over from dreams to a plan with Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. They help you maximize the land of East Texas. Take a trail, turn it into a driveway, create beautiful ponds and dirt work of all types, bush hogging and mulching as well. It's Sandy Creek Land Enhancement. Tenaha, Texas. To look at it, it hasn't changed much since the days of Tex Ritter. The pace is slow, just the way we like it. But we're proud of our young people, the games they play and the music they make. 100 years of dreams and the determination to make them come true. But we all need help every now and then, and that's where First National Bank of Tenaha comes in. Financing your dreams for generations.
So many things get started at Pizzeria. You start your party off with a pizza from the pizzeria. You get your celebration started. You get your season started. For a lot of us, our passion with pizza started at the Pizzeria, a tradition since 1960s. It's the Pizzeria just off the square in Center.
The games have never been bigger this fall, and whether you're rooting for the Cowboys or Texans, or you hook 'em, gig 'em, or wreck 'em, don't you deserve to watch them in style? So just a reminder that Blake Furniture saves you money on everything you need to make these the best game watching days ever.
Now we're back. Also heard from First National Bank Tenaha, who supports the Tenaha Tigers and all our Piney Woods teams. And, of course, Pizzeria and Blake Furniture. And now it's the top of the sixth. Rough Riders have a couple more chances to get some runs.
All right, Guerrero starts things off, and he's going to take a high fastball, strike one from Davis. Riders are running out of innings. And a swing and a miss, 0-2. Yeah, Davis, that fastball is working. He just positions it so well. The first one was down and away, the second one right under the hands. Not much Guerrero's going to be able to do if he does hit that pitch. Comes in with a little chin music high, 1-2.
The only way to really do anything here with Davis is get on. If you can get on base and maybe get him into the to the stretch, he might have a little bit of a chance, but not much.
And a swing and a miss from Guerrero. Catcher drops it. They're going to make sure at first base, and they do make the play. So another strikeout for Davis. He has 8 on the night. That's going to bring up Kason Radney with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Radney swinging from the left side. Let's see if he can catch something from Davis here. And a swing and a miss, strike one.
Do we have a switch hitter on the Rough Rider squad? Is he a switch hitter?
I don't think we have a natural switch hitter. We do have a good mix of 3 or 4 lefties this year. Hadn't had a couple of lefties in quite a while. And strike 2. Davis coming with that heavy fastball low and away. It's just hard to resist.
I was calling some games in the Shelbyville tournament earlier in the year, and I couldn't believe for a small school, that had at least 7 lefties in their batting order, and that was uncommon.
And strike 3. At least Radney went up there with the right attitude. He's trying to get on base, but there's 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Back to the top of the order with Easton Wolf. Riders running out of chances here. You know, it's amazing how even these two teams are. When we played Friday night, it was a 2-1 ball game. Tonight, it's 1-0. Both teams playing well. And Easton check swing fouls. One of the changes Coach Greer made about a week or so ago, he moved Easton into the 1 spot to get him that extra at bat here late in games, and it's paid off. Last week, Easton able to get on late in the ball game, just could not get him around. He check swings a hopper out to second, and they're going to throw him out. That was kind of a, oops, I didn't mean to hit that pitch. But it's too late. The Riders go down in the 6th.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank. Bird Forestry is the landowner's company. Maybe you have 60 acres you'd like to harvest. You call the birds. If you have twice that much that you'd like to seed, make the same contact. Or maybe you have 1,000 acres you need managed. Whatever the case, it's your forest, the birds' focus. Bird Forestry in Shelby County.
Hey, Daddy.
What is it, son?
I bet I know why you've always been a Chevrolet man.
Why you think so?
'Cause Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s a Chevrolet man.
He is?
Yeah, huh? He said he always drives a Chevrolet on his way back and forth from the track. He says the front of it's real solid, completely boxed in.
Is that so?
Uh-huh. Hey, Daddy, when you was little, did they have cars?
Ride with Dale Earnhardt Jr., make it Ray Jones Chevrolet.
Be sure to go on the square and stay in shape with Forge Gym with Dan Column and the Forge on the square, helping you and all the Rough Riders stay in shape. Big hit already in the first pitch.
So Ross Davis leading things off to help his own cause with a first pitch single to open up things here in the bottom of the sixth. So they're going to send out a pinch runner for their starting pitcher. That means he'll be back for the bottom of the seventh. Or check that, the top of the seventh in just a moment. And the DH Moore coming to the plate to bat for Rusk with a man on and no outs here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Easton Wolf coming in relief in the last inning. Still on the mound for the Rough Riders, pitching well. And Link creeps in from third base, expecting a bunt opportunity here. And they swing away and take the pitch outside, ball one. And that pitch comes inside, 2-0. Pretty good lead over at first. And that one low, 3-0. And there's a good fastball in for strike, 3-1. And Wolf comes back inside and misses, ball four. So we've got two Eagles on the bases and no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Brings Heredia to the plate. It's a long look from Wolf to get his signals. And he comes to the plate. Bunt is shown, third base line. Wolf's going to have to hurry and not able to make a play. Everybody's safe. It could not have been a more perfect bunt.
That's two bunt plays that have caused the runners to get on base here just because just taking your eye off the ball. Just took his eye off the ball. Unfortunate for the Riders.
That was a perfect bunt down the third baseline. The only option Wolf had was to try to scoop it. Not able to field it cleanly, and everybody's safe. I don't know if he would have even got a glove on it. It wouldn't have mattered. A lot of speed out there from the Rusk Eagles. So bases loaded, no out. That's going to bring Hanna to the plate, and he swings through the curveball from Wolf, strike one. Misses inside, 1-1. The Riders are cutting the run here. They're in at the corners, regular depth in the middle, needing to play for some outs. Goes back outside and misses 2-1. And a hard fastball is caught by Greer at short, and he lands on second base to double off the Rusk Eagles.
Literally dove for the ball, caught it, and he landed on the base. A beautiful down-home double play brought to you by Down Home Storage.
What a play by Colin Greer. Catches the ball in the air, tags second. We double off, so now it's runners on the corners with 2 outs.
I don't like the strategy of leading at second. I mean, that happens way too often, especially when you have somebody ahead of you at third.
Runner goes to second. They do throw down. Lane had a shot at him, not able to make the play, and the runner scores from third. I think Lane had him. Had the throw been on the mark, we tag out the runner at second, and the run wouldn't matter, but in that case, it trickled away.
But might have been able to throw it back and get the runner coming home, but we bobbled it.
So another unforced error for the Riders. It's 2-0 with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss at the plate makes the count 1-1. Comes inside, almost hits the batter there, 2-1. Excuse me, 1-2. I missed a pitch. Time called at the plate. Everybody will step away and reset.
Got to get this out at the plate. I mean, you don't want another run to come in, down 2 runs, but you want to get out of here without any more damage.
And a foul tip trickles away. That remains 1-2. Lane almost got a glove on it. Just rolls away. So we will reset and do it again. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. The Riders are down 2-0 in the ball game. They've got one more swing coming up in the top of the 7th. And this is going to be just check foul. One-two count, 2 away. Wolf with a runner at second base. Big fastball with a swing and a miss, and a twice the eye strikeout for Easton Wolf. Could not have come at a better time. The Riders are going to pick up the bats one last time in 2026 when we come back.
Shelby Savings Bank has come a long way since it was established in 1982, and the good folks that work at Shelby Savings Bank really enjoy doing things in the community and for the community. And they would like to encourage everyone to please shop local. For all your banking needs, please visit these wonderful Shelby Savings Bank locations, with 2 locations in Center, locations in St. Augustine, Palestine, and Lindale.
Granny B's Snow Cone Center is your source for great summer treats. It begins with quality shaved ice, and from there you get everything from the single colored snow cone to a really creative summer treat. And besides, the counselor likes it. They're also your home for Dippin' Dots. They've been supporting the Rough Riders for a mighty long time. So pull up to the window at Granny B's and let them serve you something special.
Hey, y'all got a dirty truck.
Well, then take it to Joe's Car Spa for a spa day.
At Joe's, they make them shine.
And they're standing by to work with the community.
They was elected best of Shelby County this year, and it's called Joe's, but it probably ought to be called Reed since Reed Grant owns it.
So, Billy Don, when it's time for your car or truck to have a spa day, where do you take it? You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.
All right, welcome back. Case and Greer are going to start things off. Greer, Link, and Lane. It is the top of the 7th. The Riders are down 2-0. Everything on the line. This is the last swing for the Rough Riders in 2026. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Davis still on the mound for the Eagles, pitching a great ball game himself. And a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. How many pitches has he thrown?
This next one will be 70.
70 pitches, 7 innings of work with, I've got him at 8 strikeouts so far. And a swing and a miss from Greer. That was a mean fastball on the outside corner. 1-2. And this is a chopper to first. It's going to trickle foul from some of these fastball pitchers.
Yeah, it looks like he is, especially now here to where he's down to the last couple of outs. It looks like you can tell he's determined on the mound, and he's gotten stronger the last couple innings. Definitely.
1-2 count to Greer. High fastball misses, 2-2. So if you're a ball player, this is where you want the bat in your hands. And a swing and a miss on a changeup, and Greer's going to go down on strikes. Tough pitch to go down on. Sutton Link's going to come to the plate. It's 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Riders down 2-0.
And whether this is the last inning, half inning or not, we'll stick around for the Aurora Concepts post-game show, which will actually be the Aurora Concepts postseason show when this game comes to a close.
And Link with a foul tip, strike 1.
Need to figure out the Center Motor Company player of the game and something to smile about, which is always fun. And I don't know that we're going to go talk to Coach tonight, but still, that player of the game is important, especially since this is the last one of the season.
0-1 to Link with 1 away. Curveball. He's going to pull that into the Rough Rider dugout, strike 2. Yeah, if I'm Coach Greer, I'm giving my kind of end of the season speech. I think it'd be a good thing to pass on the interview tonight. And this is hit softly off the handle to short. He comes up throwing, and it's going to throw Link out at first base, 2 away. Yeah, Coach Greer, I want to mention, has been incredibly generous with his time this year. Has given every interview, good or bad, and happy to come and talk with us. So just appreciate his willingness. It's been a long district, but always happy to give us a few minutes and brag on his players. And so we appreciate Coach Greer and his willingness to talk, even in some tough games this year. Jaden Lane with 2 outs. And so it is going to be called a strike. Sorry, folks, there was a check swing at the plate. Wasn't called right away. Jaden asked, and it is confirmed, so it is a strike. Comes back with a fastball, strike 2. No doubt about that one. So 2 outs, top of the 7th. Riders are down 2-0. Jaden Lane at the plate with an 0-2 count. and that one high, 1-2. And a swing and a miss. That's going to be the ball game, folks. Jaden Lane goes down on strikes, and the Riders drop the last district game 2-0. Well, not the way they wanted the season to end, that's for sure, but that's going to be the end of it for 2026. Chris, what's coming up next?
The Aurora Concepts post-game show, where we'll close up the game and the season. Hear from Rusk on NETSN. We'll be right back.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.
Whether it's with family and friends or just some time to yourself, summer is better on the water. And Farmers State Bank has exactly what you need to make those dreams come true. Learn more at fsbctx.bank.
All right, welcome back here to the press box in Rusk, Texas. Both teams, one on the third base, right on third base, the other on first base. We're both teams now, not just into the game, but into the season, and we just saw the end of a very good career from the pitcher, who is defending first-team All-District and had a really went out with quite a bang. If we were from Rusk, that would be something to smile about from Wyndham Family Dental. But you're not from Rusk. So, Mr. Locke, you've followed them this season. As you think back on the season, what's something to smile about?
Well, you know, I think we just have to go back to the experience on the field. We are graduating one senior this year, Zy Barnes, and we're going to miss Zy. Zy was a relief pitcher and an infielder for us, so that means we're going to bring back the vast majority of this team. I believe 5 or 6 of our starters are juniors, so we'll have a senior-heavy team next year. Most of those guys have been playing and starting since they were freshmen. So something to smile about is we've got a bright future. And, you know, with Chandler out there tonight, Larry talked about it, we saw some good things from a young pitcher that's going to give us at least 3 more years of play. Greer comes in, makes some good plays, pitched a great game Friday night. I think he's a sophomore. So a lot of good things to look forward to in Center Texas baseball.
And that's plenty to smile about. It's brought to you by Wyndham Family Dental, which is where you go. We take your family. They just totally dunked their – who'd they dunk? The pitcher? Okay. They dunked their pitcher instead of their coach. Well, that works out. He pitched a shutout to close his career. Wyndham Family Dental is where you go when you're nervous, a little afraid, and you need the home touch. They have it at Wyndham Family Dental. Something to smile about. Also, want to appreciate Elite Hair Design, who all year long, either in halftime or post-game, have been bringing us these games. If you need your hair done right for the prom coming up or for any of the special events in the late spring, it's Elite Hair Design. We'll come back with a talk about our player of the game and about our coach. We'll keep it here for the player of the game and the coach talk, but we will be right back right after this.
NETSN and Piney Woods Sports Network say thank you to the sponsors who back the Riders all year long. Ace Hardware is the place. Center Tire, always tops and tires, now expanding their service. And Covington Lumber, your third-generation supply store and lumberyard. When you think Center Motor Company, Billy Don, what do you think?
Trucks, and more trucks.
They have pre-owned vehicles.
Yep, and a lot of them's are trucks from all brands, makes, and models. But the Ford trucks, man, they got a fleet of them.
Yes, they do.
Come on down to the corner of Hutcherson and Hurst, Center Motor.
That was Center Motor Company, who brings us our player of the game. So my player of the game, even though I don't think he took the field, was Zy Barnes. It's his last game. He's our only senior, so you have to give him a little bit of love for wrapping up his career. But I think our player of the game was just given to us by the Rusk PA announcer. Tell everybody, Jason, what he said.
Yeah, you can't get a better compliment than when the PA announcer from the opposing team stops and says, "Hey, guys, Jaden Lane is the real deal behind the plate," and bragged on our catcher at how hard and how well he played. So congratulations, Jaden Lane. He's going to be our player of the game. We agree with the Rusk PA announcer. Just an outstanding job, and we get him back next year.
Absolutely. Very good job. Getting better as every game progresses. Aurora Concepts is where you go for not only good primary care, but for all of the next year's physicals for the athletes that are coming, and for those of you that need anything in the way of health checks, right there on Hurst Street. And don't forget about your immunizations as well. All of that. They bring it to you. They put it in the car, and if you're listening to us from another place other than Center, they'll take all of that good care to you. Aurora Concepts, who brings you this post-game show. We'll be right back to wrap things up from Rusk. You know, that was not the right JBA Financial commercial, but what's going on at JBA Financial?
Yeah, it's a good time of the year with tax season and tax returns and tax refunds going around. Keep us in mind if we can help you with a little guidance on what to do with all that money. Come see us at JBA Financial.
Okay, so it's time to wrap up not just the game but the season. You've already spoken about the players. Do you feel like we have a coach for the future that's come in here and put in a difficult first year? Of course, they started out great. They won 5 of their first 6, but then it's been a difficult last 6 weeks.
Yeah, we appreciate Coach Greer. He's been nothing but gracious to us and willing to talk baseball before and after games, and I think he's good for some of these young guys that are coming up. As we saw tonight with Chandler, he is just very calmly giving small instructions, do this, you're not following through, land better. And we saw Chandler get better and better and better and pitch a pretty good game for a freshman tonight. So I think that kind of patience is going to pay off. Look forward to Coach Greer hopefully being back with us next year.
And as we look forward to the playoffs in the county schools, Larry Pierce, you are going to be calling some softball. Where will you be?
Right now we're looking to be in Shelbyville on Thursday and Friday for Woden and Hemphill for the first round. And then we'll see after that, baseball and everything. There's still a lot of great teams going to be playing all over the place.
Jason and I are going to go to Nacogdoches. There's a 1-game series that Joaquin's playing against Corrigan Camden, and their softball team decided let's just do it all at once. And so I'm looking forward to covering that with you. It'll be on NFHS, the National Federation of High Schools. You have to pay for at least a month of that, and it's just the way it is because all of the UIL playoffs are owned by the UIL through NFHS. Well, for the Center Rough Rider season, on behalf of the counselor, Stephen Shires, he's coming home from court, doing court stuff, talking to juries. But thank you, Larry Pierce, for making this technically possible. And Jason, thank you for being the voice of the Rough Riders for yet another season. We will talk to you for Center Rough Riders. The last thing that on our schedule for sports is May 7th on Thursday morning, the state tennis tournament. We'll bring that to you before lunch, before you get up good, hardly. We'll be talking to you about that, and we hope to bring you the Center High School Band spring concert as we have the last several years, but just pretty much wraps it up for the baseball season. So on behalf of the guys at PSPN, I'm Chris Wallington saying swing for the fence.
You're watching NETSN Live and Piney Woods Sports coverage of Rough Rider baseball. Tonight, Series 5, the Rough Riders take on the Rusk Eagles. Brought to you by Farmers State Bank.